What up? So I was thinking more about this. Well, I was thinking about the AI educational tools that are going to be coming out, right? Which I believe will become mandatory in one way, shape, or form. But then I started thinking about this allegedly organic grassroots school choice movement, right? And so that's, just a basic overview is, you can pull the money out of the school in your district, right? And send your kid to either a private school or charter school or religious school. Or, you can do homeschooling where it's like in a group or setting or, anyway. So that pulls the money out of the education system in your area, right? And then so when I mean like, the Board of Education or whatever, they'll make it a choice first, right? Oh, you get an AI educator, an AI education from birth, or kindergarten age or whatever, preschool, right? And then so what that'll be, right, is whatever company that's as the most heavily leveraged company by, these investment firms like BlackRock, Vanguard Group, and State Street. I know I say that all the time, but, CIA involved, heavily leveraged by them. The people who go in and out of it from the Defense Department and State Department. And so, whatever company they have leverage, which will probably be like, Microsoft or even this ChatGPT, whatever, OpenAI, whichever one wins the AI race, right? For the most part, or comparable to. That's the company that'll get that money. That school choice money will go to Google or Microsoft or ChatGPT, right? And they'll be like, oh, you won't have to buy any equipment. We give your child, we give your child a tablet, if the chips haven't been implanted yet, which it's going to be a while. But after that, we're done. But so they'll give them a tablet, and it'll have the AI, basically best friend, right? And they'll have it from preschool or whenever they determine, like, oh, well, if you get it at 2, it's way more beneficial for long-term success and yada, yada, yada in education. We get the best results if you give them a tablet at 2. And it keeps, you're able to do what you need. And you can rest assured that your child is getting the best, needs and education that possibly could happen, And you'll have your, like rich people will have like robots that are in the house that help cook and clean and rear your children, right? And they'll be AI enabled. But, that'll be another multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar contract, because it's going to go worldwide as well, right? Because everybody else, well, we can't get stuck behind the Americans or the Chinese or whatever, right? And all that money will be sucked out of your community. The education system will be sucked out of your community. And that's bad enough, right? Because, we'll have to pay with our taxes, property tax on all these properties and this and that. Well, who knows, right? But the other thing is that these companies that are going to be heavily leveraged by these investment firms and groups and BlackRock, Vanguard Group, and State Street type of things, right? And there's many others, but those are the big 3. It's going to be like, think about this. If you have a sufficiently intelligent AI teaching our children, all of our children, right? And say it's got like a 200 or higher IQ, which is coming, like we won't even know, our kids won't know, nobody will know, anybody in higher education, anything will know that we're being manipulated, and we might be being manipulated on many, many levels, right? And then you got, so, and plus, your children will be indoctrinated in ways that we won't be able to recognize, right? And then, of course, as you get older, being indoctrinated since you're almost birth, right? You'll think these are your thoughts. You'll be like, no, I thought communism or whatever it is, right? Whatever the agenda is, I'm just using that as an example, but, I thought that socialism was the way to go, or capitalism or Nazism, who knows, right? we probably wouldn't even recognize it. And then we're not going to recognize our own communities and our children. And, and I mean, my doomsday mind goes to destruction of the family, getting rid of morals, right? Living digitally, so, you can do any debauchery. And, everybody's like, well, it's not real. It's not real. It's virtual. I can kill these people or fuck these, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, excuse me. Society will change as a whole. And I mean, maybe that's inevitable of any technological society, but, do we want these big companies be the ones that are literally molding young minds, right? And old minds too, I mean, there's going to be people that are older that are like, well, I want to get in on that, higher education as well. And, like I said, it'll be sold globally, and provided globally. Well, it'll be provided for free globally, Thank you, Bill Gates, you humanitarian. Thanks for the malaria mosquitoes as well. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on the AI educational system. I mean, and who knows, maybe I'm wrong, I mean, I've been paying attention for, I'll say, 40 years, right? Since I was about 13, that's when I started thinking about the world my own way. And, I mean, of course I had influences and this and that, but, that's when I wanted to fucking burn everything down, right? That's when I was like, fuck the world. Let's smash the system. I ain't got nothing. Of course you ain't got nothing. You're 14. And plus, you're from the motherfucking projects, But anyway, I just think that it's a dangerous situation. And, we're flying willy-nilly into it. I mean, I make AI videos and they barely get... I mean, I don't get a lot of views anyway, which is good in some ways because I'm not monetized, so I can say what the fuck I want for the most part, But like, nobody cares. Everybody's like, it's just like the internet. It's just like the internet. The internet's great. And it's like, no, it's not just like the internet. It's not even like the internet on steroids. I mean, this is like Terminator type shit if we do it wrong. You know what I mean? If we allow petty, ego-driven humans to train the AIs, which is what we're doing, it could definitely go wrong. I don't think it'll be, I mean, man does a lot of beautiful things, right? But we touch a lot of stuff and we destroy it, Maybe you could say we change it and alter it to our will, possibly, but there's a cost to all of it, right? And I don't know if I want to give up on society. I mean, what if there was an ancient society, right? Like years ago, like before we even remember, right? That might have built these giant megalithic structures all over the planet that nobody knows who the fuck they are. We say it's these people or that people, but we don't really know. What if they were a super technically advanced society, right? And created AI and chipped their brains and did all this stuff. And then it destroyed the whole freaking planet, right? Or they destroyed themselves. And then, the few that remained, we're here to pick up the pieces, And when you're running from wild animals and trying to feed yourself and drink clean water without getting dysentery and, getting a cut and dying from it, getting an infection. I mean, you're not worried about, didn't we used to have cell phones and cars and cranes and shit? No, you're like, run, the fucking saber-toothed tiger or whatever, you know what I mean? All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.